Plaintiff Star Veely says she and the defendant live in the same neighborhood, and they have had nothing but problems. Star claims the defendant not only smokes marijuana with her own children, but she was even caught smoking pot with Star's son. Star suing because she claims the defendant killed her cat when she ran over it with her car. Defendant Roxanne insists she has never gotten high with Star's children or her own children, and she believes Star owes her an apology. Roxanne refuses to take responsibility for killing Star's cat because the only thing she remembers hitting that day was a pothole, and she's countersuing for emotional distress, slander, and harassment.
Start with you.
I have known Miss Donahoe for approximately 7 years, and in those 7 years, I don't know what the issue is with me, but we have had nothing but problems. I do not allow my children to smoke marijuana. She does.
How old are her children?
I'm sorry?
How old are her children?
I believe they are 14, 16 maybe. And she does have.
She allows them?
My 20-year-old son was caught smoking marijuana in her home.
Okay.
She was present. As well as my 16-year-old son was walking through the woods one day, and she too was in the woods smoking, and there were children around. My children know I don't do drugs. I don't approve of drugs. It just doesn't happen in our life. She also was escorted out of the local food bank for being potentially on some type of drugs. Police escorted her to her home or went to her home. On July 29th, the day that our cat was killed, she was driving through the trailer park. I'm not sure
That's
if
what
she
you're
was
suing her for, the cat?
Yes, sir.
Being killed?
Yes,
And
sir.
that's what you're getting to now, the incident?
Yes.
All right, let me allow her to give some background first, ma'am.
I have known Star for a while, and I do believe that she owes me an apology. I have tried to apologize to her about this, and she told me...
We haven't gotten to that yet. Do you want to give any other background about your relationship during the 7 years that you all have been neighbors?
My oldest son is 20 years old, and he is in the service. My middle son is 15, and my youngest son is 13.
Have you all been friendly toward each other or not? 7 years.
I don't associate with her.
How far do you all live apart? Next door to each other, what?
About a block away.
Yeah.
How do you know so much about the drug use then?
My 20-year-old son, I did punish him, well, not punish him, but
You get high with your
reprimand him.
kids?
Pardon?
Do you get high or have you gotten high with your kids
Absolutely
in the past?
not.
That's a lie. Her
Absolutely not.
son told me himself that they did.
My son?
Yes, your son.
Not true.
Which
No.
one?
None of them.
All right, ma'am. Let's get to the emotional distress you're suing for. It was about a cat. Tell me what happened.
Yes, sir. On July 29th, 2015, my 16-year-old son and my 8-year-old son were playing outside, and our cat ran out the door, and Roxanne hit her and killed her and didn't even stop to say she was sorry. She kept going. She pulled to the entranceway of the trailer park. She looked back in her rearview mirror and just left. I then immediately called the police. My kids came in to tell me, Mommy, Faith was killed, Faith was hurt. I ran outside. I called the police right away because she was already gone. The police went to her house. She was not home, and they told me that they would attempt to go back and speak to her later in the evening, which they did. She told the police officers that she hit a pothole, and that same night, an hour after all this, she texted my older son and told him that she killed our cat. After lying to the police and saying she didn't, she said she hit a pothole. Sir, I have not one pothole in front of my house for a good 50 feet.
All right, let's see what she says today, ma'am. What do you want to tell me?
I was leaving the park, and I was taking a 15-minute drive. Her children do wave at me every time I go by their house. Still
It's
to this
because
day,
that's the way my children were
still
taught
to
to be
this
polite.
day, they wave to me. Driving past, waving, slowing down for the potholes because there are numerous potholes in our trailer park, and slowing down, trying to get out, and on my way back home, like I said, it was a 15-minute drive. On my way back home, my son from Georgia, which is in the Army, ended up calling me and stating that Star had notified him that I had hit her cat and that the police were on their way to my house.
That's
when I
because I
got
had no
there,
way to notify
when
you.
I had gotten there, the police had showed up and were like, didn't even take my name, nothing, was like, nothing.
That's not what the police officer told me, Your Honor.
I did try to apologize to Star, and when I did go up to her to apologize for if I had hit her cat, I tried to apologize, and I said, you know, went to say Star, and she looked at me and she told me that I was a
Absolutely
word
not.
that a female should not be called.
Absolutely
And I
not.
would like an apology for that.
Absolutely
because
not.
there is
You're
no
gonna
way.
say something, please?
There is no way I will have anyone call me that or have her children or any
Yes,
child.
what did you want to say?
Sir, first of all, 2 days after she killed our cat, she came to apologize to me. She pulled up in front of our house. I
was
was
the
getting
next
ready
morning.
to leave for church.
Ma'am, don't you think you were negligent? Why wouldn't you be accountable for running over something in the street that you had an obligation to see?
I really thought I had hit a pothole. I had no idea that I had hit a cat. Had I known that I had hit any animal, I would have definitely have stopped.
If you're driving and looking where you're driving, not looking over waving, if you're looking in front of you driving, you would see a cat or an animal that comes in front of you.
Nothing.
Well, that means you weren't looking ahead of you.
I absolutely was. I was slowing down
What
for
do you
the
think? How
potholes.
do you think the cat got in front of the car then?
I hit potholes. That's the only thing
You
that
don't
I
believe
know.
you hit the cat?
I'm not going to say I hit it. I'm not going to say I didn't hit it. I know that there are potholes. There
You
are
went
several
to apologize
potholes.
to her.
Pardon?
You did. You say you went. And
I tried to
apologized
after
her.
the police had said that
Why
I
would you
had came.
apologize for something you didn't do?
Because in my nature and who I am, that's what I would do.
Okay, someone
if
accused
her
you of
children-
something, you apologize even though you don't know whether you did it or not.
Well, I did say to her son in a text message, I said that I heard that I had hit your cat.
Mm-hmm.
The cops had already been here, and oh my God, I am so sorry. I
Sir, I
would
do
have.
have a copy of the text message,
Let's see.
Okay.
as well as some
But
pictures
she's
already
saying
of our
she
cat.
said if
The
she
cat is
was
already
if she hit it, she was sorry. That's what she's saying
Yes.
today.
She said,
Absolutely.
dude, I hit your cat.
Well, that is how me and Sean.
She said she did not know she hit your cat. Thought I hit a pothole. I did see a cat running behind me, but didn't think I hit a cat. What does a cat running behind you have to do with anything?
This is what I'm saying. I mean,
I know you're saying
There-
that. That's what I'm trying to understand. What does a
Right.
cat running behind you have to do with hitting her cat in front of you?
I had
That's the wrong time to say that.
Right.
What do you
Your
want
Honor,
to say, ma'am? Stand up, state your name. You have to stand up and state your name.
It states in the lease that any animal should be in the house, have shot records,
Or on a leash.
or on a leash.
I have a copy of this right here.
Let's see
She
it.
has,
Your Honor, I
Ma'am
do
doesn't
have,
say the cats are supposed to be on a leash, which is pretty odd. I've
they're
never
supposed
seen
to
a
be in the
cat.
house.
Rarely seen a cat on a leash, ma'am.
I do have 5 children, 4 of them being younger, and they were in and out of my house. And yes, my cat did run out of the house when my boys opened the door to go outside and play.
Well, then your boys were negligent, not her. And it is required that they be on a leash. I'm looking right at it. And so that's
Cats
unfortunate.
do not go on a leash, sir.
They should be
You
in the
have an
house then.
obligation to know what's in your lease, and it's in your lease that your cat must go on a leash. $1,000 is your counterclaim for what? How does she owe you?
I do believe she owes me an apology, first of all, for calling me that very bad name that
absolutely
no
did
female
not.
should ever be called, or
absolutely
any
did
children
not. That
should
is
ever hear
disgusting.
that or be
That
taught
word.
to.
Got it. I got your point.
Right. I have a police report here. And I also have a statement stating that she has tried and harassed me.
Police report saying what?
Just the police report of it stating that the police officer had came to my house and spoke with me.
Nobody ever spoke.
Police report saying you hit the cat. You
No.
still want to go there? I told
No.
you she was the one negligent, or her family was, for letting the cat run out, ma'am.
But my children are young, sir, and my son was in a body
Not a
cast. And
defense,
it's,
ma'am. That's not a rationale, ma'am,
I
for
do
getting
have-
for escaping Yes.
I do have a statement here from one of the people that live in my park stating that she has harassed me and that
Harassed
she
you how?
has tried
Other
to
than that
have
one time.
she has tried to have me evicted and has
For what?
Oh my.
harassing me and my children and blaming stuff
Our children play
as
together,
she
Your
did.
Honor.
You have to be
stating-
more specific. All I've heard so far is when she saw
Okay.
you immediately after hitting the cat,
Correct.
she then cursed you. What else did she do after that? Specifics.
Her son, I do not know his or if it was her making him do it, but there's a Facebook message here stating that I am an ignorant piece of trash.
Who said it?
I do believe him.
Because if you killed his cat, yes, ma'am, he is going to tell you you're ignorant.
That's his
He's not
opinion.
going to post.
That's his opinion about you.
Can I
Your
say
Honor,
something about that,
that.
Your Honor?
Stand up, state your name. What do you want to say?
I'm Aaron Veely.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote that like the day after it happened. I was so mad about it. I even like apologized about it. I talked to her son. I hang out with her youngest son, and I'm acquaintances with her second eldest son. And I apologized to her son about it.
That was an opinion, or do you know that as a fact?
It was like I was stating like an opinion because I was really
All
mad
right,
about
good
her
enough.
hitting my
That's,
cat.
I have
a
it right here,
defense.
Your Honor.
It's an opinion. He admits that he
Okay.
did it, ma'am. Your claim is dismissed, ma'am. She didn't do anything negligent. You and your children did. And I'm going to dismiss your claim for slander and defamation. He gave his opinion of what he thought of you as a result of the incident. Folks, giving opinion is not defamation. If I say to the door, you're ugly. Yeah. You can't sue me for defamation because that's my opinion.
Right,
And
everyone's
all the
entitled
ladies
to
know he's a good-looking guy. So you got my point. That's just, he can't sue me for that. That's my opinion. And he knows he's good-looking. So both your claims are dismissed. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, ugly.
You're pretty ignorant. You're really ignorant.
You are.
Yeah.
And I really hope you do
Sorry,
move
I'm a
out.
Christian woman. I would never in a million years call you that.
That is a lie.
Well, then prove it to me.
She don't have to.
I
All
don't
you
have
had
to.
do, honey,
I don't have to.
apologize
Anything.
for killing my children's animal.
I tried
please.
to, and you called me a.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
You have proof. You weren't even there.
No.
You
but
weren't
I-
even there. You don't even live in the same trailer park as us.
I'm a
Okay,
mother.
well, I tried to apologize.
2 days
you
after
would
the
not
fact.
accept my apology.
You're right, I won't. You're right, ma'am, because you
You
killed my
owe me an
children. You are
apology.
heartless.
I am heartless. I work with Save a Pet and
You are
save
heart- okay.
many
Yeah, you
animals.
work. Uh-huh.
Many animals.
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
Call the dog warden.
Okay.
Call the dog warden.
warden that your dog jumped through my cousin's window and got her cat?
And
Let's
I
go
took care
there.
of everything.
Did you?
Absolutely. I have every bill.
I'm done.
I have everything. I'm
You
done with
leave.
you, and I hope you do move out of the park like everybody
plan
says.
on it. I'm so
Thank
happy.
goodness.
Amen to that.
Thank you.